Hello, today I read 1 Samuel, the chapter 13. In chapter 12, it was about Samuel's farewell speech. And we saw that Samuel was a leader, even if he had no a title as a king or something like that. And now let's see what's happening in the chapter 13. Saul was 30 years old when he became king. Wow. I mean, he was a major and he was not a child. And he reigned over Israel 42 years. Saul chose 3,000 men from Israel, 2,000 were with him at Michmash. And in the hill country of Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan at Gibeah in Benjamin. The rest of the men he sent back to their home. Jonathan, he had a son, Jonathan, and Saul was 30 years old. I don't know how old he was, Jonathan. 10 years old, or could it be older? But 12 years old, or let's say 14 years old. But still, how old was Saul when Jonathan was born? That's a question. Because his son Jonathan, look, Jonathan attacked the Philistine outpost at Geba. Wow, he was not a baby. Maybe he was, I don't know how old he was. And the Philistines heard about it. Or here it says, Saul was 30 years old when he became king. But I don't know how old is he now. Oh, and that's you can understand now. I mean, I can understand now. Jonathan attacked the Philistine outpost at Geba, and the Philistines heard about it. Then Saul had the trumpet blown throughout the land and said, "Let the Hebrews hear." So all Israel heard the news. Saul has attacked the Philistine outpost, and now Israel has become a stench to the Philistines. And the people were summoned to join Saul at Gilgal. The Philistines assembled to fight Israel with 3,000 chariots. Wow. Saul and Jonathan together were 3,000 men. But here, the Philistines with 3,000 chariots, 6,000 charioters, 2 charioters per one chariot. And soldiers as numerous as the sand on the seashore. They went up and camped at Michmash. east of Beth-aven. When the men of Israel saw that their situation was critical and that their army was hard pressed, they hid in caves and thickets, among the rocks and in pits and cisterns. Some Hebrews even crossed the Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. Whoa. And not just those 3,000 men, but others. The fear can make you run away, but you should unite the forces together and make something. Saul remained at Gilgal, and all the troops with him were quaking with fear. He waited 7 days at the time set by Samuel, but Samuel did not come to Gilgal, and Saul's men began to scatter. So he said, "Bring me the burnt offering and the fellowship offerings." And Saul offered up the burnt offering. It was a test for Saul, a test of having to resist, to have patience, and how he would manage the tension of the Israelite people. Just as he finished making the offering, Samuel arrived, and Saul went out to greet him. "What have you done?" asked Samuel. Saul replied, "When I saw that the men were scattering, and that you did not come at the set time, and that the Philistines were assembling at Michmash, I thought, now the Philistines will come down against me at Gilgal, and I have not sought the Lord's favor. So I felt compelled to offer the burnt offering." "You acted foolishly," Samuel said. "You have not kept the command the Lord your God gave you. If you had, he would have established your kingdom over Israel for all time. But now your kingdom will not endure, because you have not kept the Lord's command." Then Samuel left Gilgal and went up to Gibeah in Benjamin, and Saul counted the men who were with him. They numbered about 600. He had 2,000, but now just 600. But he should stay there and resist the tension. And it's a sad thing. Saul and his son Jonathan and the men with them were staying in Gibeah in Benjamin, while the Philistines camped at Michmash. Raiding parties went out from the Philistine camp in 3 detachments. One turned toward Ophrah in the vicinity of Shual, another toward Beth-horon, and the third toward the borderland overlooking the valley of Zeboim, facing the desert. Not a blacksmith could be found in the whole land of Israel, because the Philistines had said, "Otherwise the Hebrews will make swords or spears." So all Israel went down to the Philistines to have their plowshares, mattocks, axes, and sickles sharpened. Wow. The price was 2/3 of a shekel for sharpening plowshares and mattocks. And a third of a shekel for sharpening forks and axes, for repointing goads. So on the day of the battle, not a soldier with Saul and Jonathan had a sword or spear. in his hand. Only Saul and his son Jonathan had them. So Israelite people were not very wise as being united in economy, and yeah, they had no king, but now they had Saul. Saul should take responsibility and should make blacksmiths, yeah, should make blacksmith's forge or something, and should have mines in the territory and so on. Yeah, that was the chapter. In the time of peace, of harmony, of something like that, we should be aware and we should take responsibility, because we don't know if a war starts, who will lead, who will be stronger. I mean, in a peace time, some other countries can take the lead over our products, over our market, and over, I don't know, and we don't know, we don't realize, we just buy things and everything is normal. But in a time of a war, those things are very are very important. Is they are in our eyes. I mean, they, yeah. Yeah. In a time of peace or of a normal life, we should be always like a soldier, to be prepared, always to be prepared for at any time for a battle or for something like that, for a spiritual battle. And we should gather, because it's a free time, and we can gather more and more and more and more. We can make us stronger for the time when maybe if a hard time will come, to see that we are stronger. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And if He wants, you will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.